Alright ARMY, brace yourselves, because you're not misreading that title. BTS just announced that they will not be submitting their music for consideration at the 2027 Grammy Awards. And no, this isn't some rumor floating around a fan account. This is an official announcement, posted directly by all 7 members on their personal Instagram accounts at the exact same time. In this video, I'm gonna break down everything. Why would BTS make a decision this massive right when they're at the absolute peak of their popularity? What does this have to do with a brand new category the Grammys just announced? And most importantly, how did the Grammys CEO himself react? How did ARMY around the world respond? And what could this mean for the future of Asian music in the industry? If you're a true ARMY, or honestly even just someone who enjoys keeping up with the music industry, you need to watch this till the end. Because trust me, this isn't just about one boy band skipping one award show. This is about something a lot bigger. Let's get into it. Before we dive into the big decision itself, we need to rewind a bit to understand the full picture. This year was supposed to be BTS's most highly anticipated comeback ever. After years of hiatus for mandatory military service, all 7 members, RM, Jin, Suga, jhobe, Jimin, V and Jungkook, finally reunited and dropped their 5th studio album, Arirang, back in March. And this wasn't just any comeback. The album shot straight to the top of both the singles and albums charts on Billboard, with a massive global response. After that, they kicked off the World Tour Arirang, which just wrapped its European leg, including a stop in Paris. And the cherry on top, they performed at the halftime show of the FIFA World Cup 2026 final on July 19th at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, a stage watched by literally billions of people. So picture the momentum here. A #1 album everywhere, a sold-out world tour, and a performance at the World Cup final watched by the entire planet. Every music critic and industry watcher out there was predicting that this was finally going to be the year BTS took home their first ever Grammy. Because even though they've been nominated 5 times before, in categories like Best Pop Duo/Group Performance and Best Music Video, they've never actually won. Now, right in the middle of all this momentum, about a month before the big announcement, the Recording Academy, the organization behind the Grammy Awards, revealed 5 brand new categories for the 2027 Grammys, set to take place on February 7th, 2027, for the 69th ceremony. And out of those 5 new categories, one stood out and caused a huge stir: Best Asian Pop Music Performance. Officially, this category is described as recognizing artistic excellence in Asian pop music performances that originate from or are widely recognized within Asian markets, covering genres like K-pop, J-pop, and C-pop, with meaningful use of one or more Asian languages. On the surface, that sounds like a positive step, right? The Recording Academy said the change reflects how broad and diverse today's music industry really is. But for a lot of fans and industry observers, this new category actually sparked controversy. So here's the thing. Many critics and fans saw this Best Asian Pop Music Performance category as a form of boxing artists and based on race and region, instead of purely judging them on the quality of their music. Instead of being given the chance to compete on equal footing in the big, prestigious categories like Album of the Year, Song of the Year, or general pop categories, Asian artists now had their own separate box. There's also a technical rule that made things messier. The official Grammy rulebook states that recordings entered in this category must show meaningful use of an Asian language. The problem? BTS's lead single off Arirang is actually sung mostly in English, which means, ironically, BTS's own music could potentially fail to even qualify for a category supposedly created to celebrate music exactly like theirs. So a lot of people felt that this category, instead of being inclusive, actually risked limiting the artistic space for Asian artists. Instead of being recognized as world-class pop musicians competing on the same level as everyone else, they were being separated into a subcategory based on ethnicity and language. This is what left a bitter kind of irony for a lot of K-pop fans, not just ARMY, sitting underneath the Recording Academy's supposedly good intentions. And it was in the middle of all this that, on Wednesday, all 7 BTS members made a move that shocked absolutely everyone. Okay, here's the moment that sent shockwaves through the entire K-pop world and the global music industry. This past Wednesday, Korea time, all 7 BTS members, RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V and Jungkook simultaneously posted an identical statement on their individual Instagram stories. Not a single word different between them. This was clearly a decision they thought through carefully, together as one team. The message basically said they decided not to submit for Grammy consideration this year. They hoped their music could be heard and loved for what it is, rather than being divided by region or language. And they closed it out by thanking ARMY and everyone who has always stood by them. Simple, but it hits deep, right? This wasn't just, we're skipping this year. This was a statement of principle. BTS was quietly but firmly saying they disagree with the way music gets judged based on geographic or linguistic categories. To them, music is universal. It should be judged on quality and impact, not on which box it gets placed into. What makes this moment carry even more weight is that this decision came in the exact year they had the strongest shot at finally winning their first Grammy. Arirang was dominating conversations worldwide. The world tour was in full swing, and they just performed on the biggest stage imaginable at the World Cup final. Every factor was in their favor, and yet they chose to step back for the sake of a principle. This is the kind of decision that's rarely made by an artist this big. Industry-wise, submitting to the Grammys is usually seen as an automatic move for any top artist with a real shot at winning. But BTS chose a completely different path. Naturally, a decision this big couldn't go unanswered by the Grammys themselves. Shortly after BTS's announcement went viral worldwide, Recording Academy CEO Harvey Mason Jr. released an official statement. In it, he said he was saddened to hear BTS's decision not to participate this year, but as a music creator himself, he said he understood and respected it. Mason Jr. also tried to clear up what he felt was getting lost in the conversation. He stressed that the Asian pop category was actually created to celebrate the depth, diversity, and extraordinary growth of pop artistry coming out of Asia. According to him, the whole spirit behind this new category was to shine a dedicated spotlight on those important artists. And more categories, he said, simply means more artists' work gets recognized. He also emphasized that the category was never meant to divide anyone, but rather to expand who gets recognized by the Recording Academy's roughly 15,000 voters. Another key point he made was to clarify that submitting music in a genre category, whether that's Asian pop, jazz, or country, doesn't automatically exclude an artist from also being considered in the general field categories. So technically, artists can still submit to both. Still, ARMY and a lot of observers saw this as damage control that came a bit too late. Because at that point, BTS's decision was already final, and the fallout from the category's controversy had already happened. Reactions from ARMY around the world split into a few different camps. Some were incredibly proud. To them, this was solid proof that BTS isn't just a music group chasing industry validation. BTS took a stand, boldly rejecting a system they saw as unfair, even if it meant giving up a golden shot at finally winning their first Grammy. For a lot of fans, this only proved BTS's integrity as musicians, not just as idols. On the other hand, some fans felt disappointed, which is understandable, honestly, since a lot of ARMY had been waiting years to see BTS finally take home a Grammy. And now, with him stepping back, that chance is gone for this year, especially given how dominant Arirang has been on charts everywhere. But overall, based on reactions across different platforms, most people seem to respect this decision as part of a bigger fight. A lot of people viewed it as a quiet protest against how the Western music industry treats Asian artists, often seen as exotic or set apart from the mainstream, even when their work competes on quality with musicians from anywhere in the world. Plenty of commentators and industry watchers also pointed out the huge irony in all of this. A category supposedly created to celebrate Asian music might actually end up excluding one of the biggest representatives of Asian music on the global stage, simply because of strict language rules. On X, hashtags related to this decision trended in multiple countries, from Korea to the US to Indonesia. Conversations about representation, systemic bias in award categories, and double standards in international music awards reignited all over again. For longtime followers of BTS's journey, this actually isn't entirely new. BTS has voiced frustration with the Grammys before, more than once. They've been nominated 5 times without a single win, despite clearly being one of the biggest musical forces of the decade in terms of global influence, album sales, and fanbase size. That gap between their real-world impact and the recognition they've gotten from institutions like the Grammys has been a talking point among music observers for years. So this decision to fully step back this year could be seen as the culmination of that buildup of frustration. It's not just about one controversial new category, it's about how the Western awards industry has treated Asian artists as a whole. And here's the part one personally find most interesting to sit with. This decision could end up being a turning point, not just for BTS themselves, but for the entire Asian music industry seeking global recognition. BTS isn't just any group. Their influence goes far beyond fans. It reaches into the industry and even into policy conversations. If a group as massive as BTS is willing to take a stand like this, it sends a signal to other Asian artists, and even to the Recording Academy itself, that the way music gets judged and categorized by geography and language might need a serious rethink. It could open up a much bigger conversation about how the global music industry should treat music from outside the US and Europe, not as a separate, add-on category, but as an equal part of the mainstream. And with the submission period for the 69th Grammy still open, running from early July through late August, there's still time to see whether BTS's decision influences other Asian artists, or even pushes the Recording Academy to rethink its category structure going forward. So, ARMY, that's the full story behind BTS's massive decision to skip the 2027 Grammy Awards. This isn't just about sitting out one award show. It's about a stance, a principle, and about 7 people who spent years fighting to be recognized by the world, choosing to risk their golden shot at winning for the sake of something they believe matters more. Music judged for what it is, without borders of region or language. What do you think? Was this the right call from BTS? Or should they have submitted anyway and proven themselves by winning? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like this video if you agree BTS is just built different. Subscribe so you don't miss any updates on BTS and the K-pop world. And hit that notification bell so you're first to know when the next big story drops. See you in the next video, ARMY. Stay strong. And like BTS themselves said, we're not here just to win awards. We're here to make music that actually means something. By ARMY.